tonight on Ctv3 News. Mother's Day weekend turns deadly in Orange Walk as 22-year-old Roberto Wicab is gunned down near the Trial Farm basketball court. As the projectiles made their impact, two other persons were injured. In the South, a lone gunman opens fire at 29-year-old Jose Marvin Alvarado Ramos. Court excludes the former Minister Karim Musa and Police Commissioner from Budna kidnapping lawsuit. And BHSA receives awards. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, May 11th, 2026.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Dr. Rosita Jimenez, and I'm a general laparoscopic surgeon. We have just finished an emergency appendectomy, and we're now moving on to our second operating theater for our laparoscopic gallbladder staining. Basically, this is very easy to diagnose. Simple abdominal ultrasound or a pan-abdominal ultrasound can give us the diagnosis. Laparoscopic gallbladder removal surgeries, 90 to 80% of the time, are done due to gallstones. However, there are other conditions like tumors, malfunctioning of the gallbladder that also are reasons to get a laparoscopic surgery. We also have an amazing CT scan and X-ray unit who work hand in hand with our doctors. Instruments used in laparoscopic surgery are chokers like these. It makes it easy for us to do the surgery through these entry ports. The recovery process is excellent. Basically, within a week, you are back up, ready to do your job, your daily life activity, like if you hadn't had this surgery.
The Orange Walk Town Council is inviting applications from suitably qualified and motivated individuals to fill 5 garbage fee collector positions within our revenue department. Minimum requirements: high school diploma, friendly and people-oriented personality, tech-savvy, must own reliable transportation, preferably a motorcycle, honest and dependable. Interested applicants are asked to submit the following documents: application letter, copy of high school diploma, valid social security card, 2 character references. Applications must be submitted in person to the Orange Walk Town Council office by February 20th, 2026. Join our team and contribute to keeping Orange Walk clean and organized.
The haters might think the rebels have run out of steam, but the mighty Green Machine.
Orange Waqueños and Corozaleños, listen up. Big opportunities are calling, and Voice International is hiring. Ready to level up your career? Join us for our job fair on Friday, May 15th, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Amethyst Building across from IT-Vet Orange Walk Town. Apply online, interview on the spot, walk out hired the same day. No long waiting, no guesswork, just real opportunities and real growth. At Voice International, your effort pays off with monthly bonuses, annual merit reviews, hybrid work options, internet subsidy, and co-paid health and life insurance. Build skills, build confidence, build a future, all in a fun, friendly team environment that recognizes your potential and supports your success. Don't just look for a job, step into a career with Voice International. Voice International, where potential meets opportunity.
Good evening with your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. What was meant to be a joyful Mother's Day celebration for one Orange Walk family ended in tragedy on Sunday night when 22-year-old Roberta Wicab was fatally gunned down near the Trial Farm basketball court, marking the third murder recorded in the district in less than a month. The shooting unfolded shortly after 7:30 p.m. after Wicab, his girlfriend Rita Aldana, and their family had attended a Mother's Day event in Orange Walk North. After leaving the event, the couple reportedly stopped in this open parking area after experiencing trouble with one of the vehicle's tires. While they were attempting to fix the issue, a gunman suddenly approached and opened fire in the crowded area, sending people running for safety. Witnesses say the attacker, whose face was covered, escaped the scene on a motorcycle that was being driven by another person. In the midst of the chaos, 23-year-old passerby Adrian Chuk was also injured and after being caught in the gunfire. Both men were rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital, where Cab later succumbed to his injuries while Chuk was treated and later released. Today, Aldana recounted the horrifying moments of the attack through tears, saying she froze as the gunshots rang out around them. She recalled hearing Cab calling out to her for help as he lay injured.
Yo estaba en mi teléfono cuando yo escuché los disparos, pero no pude ver quién fue. Solo miré su espalda que arrancó a correr, pero no lo capté ver su cara de él, nada. Yo lo único que me importó es de ver a mi marido y cuando yo corrí para verlo, él ya estaba tirado, estaba vivo y me pedía ayuda. Me dijo, amor, no me dejes morir, me dijo. Eso fue lo único que él me dijo y fue cuando yo reaccioné y pedí ayuda. Y es cuando los dos corrimos, lo rusheamos en el hospital y él estaba vivo todavía, me pidió agua, habló conmigo, no me dejes morir y fue cuando lo subieron a la camilla y todavía estaba vivo en el hospital, se estaba quejando y estaba bien lastimado. Y solo me acuerdo de sus quejidos que él lo hacía en el hospital. Estaba luchando por su vida.
According to Aldana, the attack came completely without warning. She said WCAB had not spoken of any ongoing disputes or problems and they never imagined they would become targets.
Y nosotros fuimos para el Mother Day thing allá en el park, que él me llevó, me dice vamos, porque autoralmente yo lo estaba pasando mal, porque problemas familiares de mi abuelita que falleció, más mi hermanito, y él me sacó para distraer mi mente y fuimos, estaba feliz, felizmente estaba feliz él, que él me sacó, comimos tamal, todo estaba bien. O sea que eso fue rápido que ni yo lo pensaba ni él lo pensaba.
Rita says Roberto had worked hard to become a better man and father figure, spending his final years focused on his loved ones and creating a stable life for his family. She said that she wants people to remember him not for the violence that ended his life, but for the person he became before his death.
Yo lo único que yo quiero, no quiero problemas. Yo quiero que él descanse en paz. Yo sé que muchos lo querían ver tal vez así o peor, o no sé. Él no me dijo nada. Él todo el tiempo él me cuenta sus cosas. Él me cuenta sus cosas. Teníamos ese relationship cercano, bonito. Teníamos bajo y alto, pero los contábamos nuestras cosas. En un momento él me dijo que él tenía enemigos así, nada, porque ya tiene como 5 años que él no buscaba problemas, se compuso. Él cambió bastante su vida. Cambió bastante su vida él desde que él se juntó conmigo. Cambió por mis hijos porque él quiso a mis hijos como sus propios hijos. Y nosotros salíamos a la calle como familia y nadie nos paraba, nadie nos decía nada. O sea que éramos una familia normal que salíamos y entrábamos. Y estoy en shock porque no sé por qué lo hicieron o no sé si era para él o no era para él, no sé, porque ese es un shock para mí que yo no lo esperaba, no lo esperaba. Era bien feliz él.
Despite the grief and anger surrounding the incident, Aldana says she is not seeking revenge or retaliation. Instead, she hopes to honor his memory by remembering the love he showed to those closest to him and the positive changes he made in his life.
Yo lo único que yo quiero, no quiero problemas. Yo quiero que él descanse en paz. Yo sé que muchos lo querían ver tal vez así o peor o no sé, pero él ya está descansando y lo único que yo le pido a Dios es que me dé fuerza, porque él fue alguien, un hombre, a pesar que tenía 22 años, un chamaco, pero él se portó como un hombre y fue un padrastro para mis hijos. Trató bien a mis hijos como sus verdaderos hijos de él. Y yo le doy gracias a Dios por eso y yo sé que él está descansando en paz. Él ya está en un mejor puesto y yo dejo todo en sus manos de Dios. Yo no voy a hacer nada porque no sé qué pasó, no miré. Porque si yo fuera que yo miro, pues tengo un ahí para decir, ¿me entiende? Pero como no miré, no puedo decir, no puedo opinar nada. Y que Dios se encargue de las personas que lo hicieron, que se encargue Dios. Dios va a hacer su justicia. Yo sé que él no fue perfecto. Nadie es perfecto en esta vida. Pero él cambió su vida bastante. Íbamos a church. Él trató de cambiar bastante. O sea que él cambió totalmente, cambió su vida. Porque él me quería, me amaba, él me lo decía. Yo te amo, te quiero. Y iba a haber boda, pero no lo logramos. No lo logramos y él está descansando ya.
The brazen shooting carried out in a busy public area filled with families and bystanders following Mother's Day activities has left many residents shaken and once again raised concerns about the growing violence affecting communities across Orange Walk. Stan Creek District authorities are currently probing the death of 29-year-old Jose Marvin Alvarado Ramos, a resident of Pomona Village. The incident took place on the evening of May 10, 2026 at approximately 9:55 p.m. According to reports, Ramos was seated beneath a mango tree in Pomona Village when an unidentified male approached him. Without warning, the assailant opened fire and then fled the scene, leaving Ramos critically injured.
What we have learned so far in the course of this investigation is that Ramos had left from inside his room and went near a mango tree, and it is alleged that a male person came from out of an orange orchard that was located across the street and fired several shots in his direction, fatally wounding him before retreating back into the orange orchard. No motive has been established in this ongoing investigation.
Emergency services responded swiftly, transporting him to the Southern Regional Hospital. Despite efforts to save him, he was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Police are urging anyone with information about the incident to come forward as investigations continue into this tragic event. In a significant development in a high-profile kidnapping case, High Court Justice Martha Alexander has issued a ruling concerning the lawsuit filed by Joseph Budna against the government of Belize. The court determined that the legal action should solely target the Attorney General as the representative of the state, excluding individual officials such as former Home Affairs Minister Karim Musa and Police Commissioner Richard Rosado from the proceedings. The case, which centers on Budna's abduction on August 22, 2025, was formally adjourned until June 10, 2026. Justice Alexander acknowledged that there is a valid constitutional claim to be addressed, but clarified that the claim will proceed only against the Attorney General, not against specific government officials or law enforcement officers.
Who all they are, but I have to say that it was a very comprehensive, sound decision by the learned justice this morning. As you heard, and on multiple other grounds that were considered, the proper party to whenever you're taking an action against the government of Belize would be the Attorney General. As you know, in this particular instance, whether it is just through fantasy, invention, or what have you, there was an attempt to sensationalize by not just including me in my office position as Minister of Home Affairs, but also by naming me, which is something that was roundly rejected this morning. That's not the proper way to do it. And so the case against the Attorney General and I believe some of the other officers.
According to former Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa, as an attorney himself, he knew from the onset he had no case to answer to.
Wasn't worried at all. Being a legal practitioner for 17 years, I have full confidence in our justice system. I know the legal principles. I'm thankful for my attorneys, Senior Counsel Eamon Courtney, but at the end of the day, I knew from the very start it was procedurally wrong to initiate against me as Minister of National Security, worse in my personal capacity. And I have a reputation to protect, and I made sure to come to case, to fill out my affidavits, to be a part of the justice system, because, like I mentioned previously, even the most absurd of cases can be tried in our courts of law. We have a thriving democracy, and a thriving democracy depends on a very healthy judicial system, and we have that in Belize. And so I felt very confident from the get-go that this would be the outcome.
Additionally, the judge ruled that the inclusion of Police Minister Karim Musa and the 9 other defendants, including Police Commissioner Anthony Rosado, was inappropriate. As a result, they were removed from the lawsuit, narrowing the scope of the case to focus solely on the state's liability through its legal representative. Former UDP Deputy Leader, current Senator, and former Colette Area Representative Patrick Faber has been cleared of all criminal allegations following the dismissal of 2 cases last week in Belize City Magistrates Court. On Tuesday, May 5, 2026, Faber appeared before a magistrate where charges of obstructing a police officer and aggravated assault upon an officer were formally dropped. The cases, which have been pending for some time, were dismissed with little fanfare, and the reasons behind the court's decision remain undisclosed. The charges originated from an incident that allegedly took place on Bay Street in Belize City. According to police reports, officers claimed that Faber obstructed a police officer in the performance of his duties and committed aggravated assault during the encounter. The incident reportedly occurred in the early hours of April 29, 2025. Police officers conducting a checkpoint near the Bell China Bridge observed a white pickup truck rushing past. When they activated their lights and sirens to stop the vehicle, it eventually came to a halt on Buttonwood Bay Boulevard. Officers identified Faber as the driver and noted that the truck was unlicensed. Faber reportedly told police that his driver's license was at his residence, and he led officers to his home on Bay Street, where he produced the license. The situation escalated when Faber allegedly began recording the officers with his cell phone despite being instructed to step back. He reportedly moved the phone repeatedly close to an officer's face, which police said made the officer feel threatened and uncomfortable. The officer involved later filed a report at the Queen Street Police Station requesting legal action against Faber. Represented by attorney Urson Elrington, Faber's legal team successfully had both charges dismissed, effectively ending the case. The decision to dismiss the charges was made quietly, and the specific reasons for the court's ruling have not been publicly disclosed. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Dr. Rosita Jimenez, and I'm a general laparoscopic surgeon. We have just finished an emergency appendectomy, and we're now moving on to our second operating theater for our laparoscopic gallbladder staining. Basically, this is very easy to diagnose. Simple abdominal ultrasound or a pan-abdominal ultrasound can give us the diagnosis. Laparoscopic gallbladder removal surgeries, 90 to 80% of the time, are done due to gallstones. However, there are other conditions like tumors, malfunctioning of the gallbladder that also are reasons to get a laparoscopic surgery.
We also have an amazing CT scan and X-ray unit who work hand in hand with our doctors.
Instruments used in laparoscopic surgery are chokers like these. It makes it easy for us to do the surgery through these entry ports. The recovery process is excellent. And basically, within a week, you are back up, ready to do your job, your daily life activity, like if you hadn't had this surgery.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
Tonight, a 16-year-old minor from the Belize district is behind bars for the murder and attempted murder of 34-year-old Salma Orellano Funes and injury of Shayanta Williams and Cordova Neal, respectively. Funes, a mother of 3, was a bartender and waitress at the Buzz Restaurant and Lounge in Belize City. On Thursday evening at around 6:30 p.m., she was at the establishment when an individual walked towards her and initiated a conversation with her. Surveillance footage shows Funes ignoring the individual, who then pulls out a gun. In sight of this, Funes is seen tossing what appears to be her cell phone on the countertop. The cell phone is taken by the person who, instead of leaving, fires several shots in Funes' direction. Not satisfied, as Funes collapsed to the ground, the shooter stands over her and continues aiming at her. The person then turns the weapon on other women inside the establishment and leaves the scene. Tonight, while police have been unable to ascertain the relationship between the victim and the 16-year-old, they do know how the minor got a hold of a firearm.
What I will say is that the information so far is not as definitive for me to say that there was mutual acknowledgement of relationship between the two parties. However, that is an aspect that is being reviewed.
Has police been able to locate the cell phone that he was after?
I believe what I was advised was that a damaged cell phone was recovered. And on the last occasion, I also shared that the firearm was recovered, and we have since been able to establish that the firearm is the property of a licensed gun holder and actually an individual who the child's father worked for, and it is believed that he gained access to that firearm by entering the room and somehow accessing the safe to enable him to remove the firearm. So additional charges in relation to the firearm offense are expected to also be brought against him. A 9mm pistol.
Caribbean Public Health Agency CARFA reassures that the threat level in the region remains minimal as it closely observes a global hantavirus outbreak associated with the Dutch-registered cruise ship MV Hondios. The vessel had reported multiple cases of severe respiratory illness and fatalities, prompting international health investigations. The MV Hondios departed from Argentina on April 1st, 2026, and was flagged to the WHO on May 2nd following reports of respiratory illnesses aboard the vessel. The outbreak has been linked to the Andes strain of hantavirus, a pathogen known for its rare ability to spread between humans through prolonged close contact. During a media briefing on Monday, CARFA Executive Director Dr. Lisa Ander highlighted ongoing collaborations with the World Health Organization, WHO, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and other global partners to monitor the evolving situation.
To date, as of this morning, May 11th, 8 cases have been identified by the WHO, including both confirmed and suspected infections. It is not yet clear whether the newly identified U.S. and French passenger cases are included in this total. In addition, it includes 3 reported deaths. Passengers and crew have originated from 28 countries, including the Philippines, US, UK, and the Netherlands. Several individuals disembarked or were medically evacuated to different jurisdictions, prompting international contact tracing across multiple countries. The WHO, the World Health Organization, alongside Dutch authorities, have put the vessel under strict public health protocols following a notification by the IHR focal point for the United Kingdom to the WHO of a cluster of respiratory infections on board the vessel on May 2nd. Both passengers and crew have undergone monitoring, with some already transferred for care or repatriated to their home countries under controlled conditions. International health authorities continue to coordinate surveillance, contact tracing, and risk assessment of exposed individuals.
Dr. Ender explained that hantavirus predominantly resides in rodent populations worldwide. However, the specific rodents carrying the Andes strain are not native to the Caribbean, indicating no local source of infection within the region.
Hantavirus is not a new disease. It is a well-documented rodent-borne viral zoonotic diseases with approximately 20 strains carried by rodents and present in different parts of the world for decades. These viruses exist naturally in specific rodent populations which shed the virus in their urine droppings and saliva. So they are typically rodent-borne, and transmitted through contact with infected rodents or their excreta. However, the current hantavirus outbreak linked to the MV Honduras cruise ship is caused by the Andes strain, which is the only known strain capable of limited human-to-human transmission. It is found primarily in parts of South America, including Argentina. Based on the evidence available, the rodent species that maintains this virus in nature is not present in the Caribbean, and therefore there is no documented established local route of transmission in our region. This rare human-to-human transmission usually requires intimate or prolonged exposure, while the incubation period before symptoms appear is usually 1 to 6 weeks. There is no current antiviral treatment or vaccine. Care is supportive, including oxygen therapy and intensive monitoring.
The public, CARFA emphasized that hantavirus does not transmit easily from person to person, unlike COVID-19 or influenza, and the risk of widespread regional transmission remains extremely low.
CARFA reiterates the risk is low to the Caribbean public. This is due to the scientific evidence that shows hantavirus does not spread easily between people. The Andes strain linked to this outbreak is unusual in that limited person-to-person transmission has been observed. However, this is rare, requiring close and prolonged contact, and it has not been shown to spread widely in communities. The primary source is rodents. Infection occurs primarily through contact with infected rodents or contaminated environments. It does not spread like COVID-19 or influenza. It has a short environmental lifespan and a specific habitat. Hantavirus is not COVID-19 because it spreads very differently. COVID-19 spread globally because it transmitted easily between people, including those with mild or no symptoms. In contrast, hantavirus is rodent-borne, and human-to-human spread is uncommon and requires close, intimate contact.
In response to the outbreak, CARFA activated its surveillance systems immediately upon notification. Measures include daily monitoring, regional coordination, and a watchful brief initiated on May 5th to track developments. The agency recommends that the public adhere to basic hygiene practices, avoid contact with rodents, and stay updated through official health channels. Overall, authorities continue to assess the situation, maintaining confidence that the Caribbean remains at minimal risk for a large-scale outbreak. The Belize High School of Agriculture has once again emerged victorious in the National High School Garden Competition, securing the top title for the second consecutive year. The competition, hosted by the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise, is aimed at encouraging young people to become more involved in agriculture and food production while promoting innovation and sustainability among students. During an award ceremony held today, the school received prizes valued at more than $10,000 for its outstanding achievement. Among the prizes awarded was a covered structure that will further support the institution's growing agricultural program. School Principal Abel Celis expressed pride in the accomplishment, noting that the recognition reflects the hard work and dedication of both students and staff. They also shared their excitement for the continued growth of the program in the years ahead.
Well, our school we feel very proud because it's for the second time that we're winning this prize. And it shows the work that we are doing, especially in agriculture. We push a lot in agriculture because it's an agriculture school, and students really work hard for this prize.
Talk to us a little in terms of how you've seen the, the growth or the evolution of this agriculture program here at the school, in the last few years.
Well, the agriculture has been growing here in terms of the programs. We have been expanding our agriculture programs. We have tilapia for this prize. Programs, we have tilapia farming, beekeeping, going to cattle farming as well. So we are really expanding on the agriculture programs here at our institution.
Being able to take this title and actually what comes with it as well, talk to us about how you guys see, the program growing in the coming year with the, also involvement of your students.
Well, the actual prize is a coverage structure, so we plan to use that as much as possible. Presently, we have 3 coverage structures, so that would make up 4. So we are going to assign 1 to each farm, and then we are going to ensure that it's, we are planting, so that we harvest more. Right?
This year's competition was held under the theme No One Left Behind, which school officials say closely aligns with the institution's philosophy of ensuring that all students are actively involved in agricultural activities and learning opportunities.
Okay, for this year, the theme was Leave No One Behind. And here at school, when it comes to agriculture, we don't leave any student behind. We do environmentally safe recycling methods of practices where we tend to help the environment by using different recyclable materials in creating our garden more attractive. These different plastics that we use to recycle keeps away garbage from our community as well as from the school, because these students actually bring these from school. With these plastics and materials, what we do is we create other little containers from them where we plant, and in so doing, making our environment cleaner. Apart from that, our school diversified in a number of different things. We did some herbs this year. We did some ornamentals, some flowers. What we did an intercropping system where we planted a number of varieties of plants. We had tomatoes, sweet peppers, cabbages, jalapenos, cayenne pepper. We also had radishes and cilantro, and a number of different crops. But what made our school successful this year in winning this award was mostly because the teachers, the students, the administration, everybody worked together as a team to make this come true.
Over the years, the school's agricultural program has expanded significantly beyond traditional gardening.
From forest farm to food farm, each student has a certain area that they plant in and they work on. For example, our keyhole gardens that are situated to the back there were allocated only for the food farmers, and they were the ones that made that keyhole garden so attractive and so nice. You know, they painted it, they placed a lot of aesthetics around it using recycled material. That's only the food farmers. Then we have certain areas for first farm, for second farm, and for third farm, and each one of them put in their effort. You could see in a video that we circulated in Facebook how nice and clean and neat the area looked, because each student actually impacts the garden and keeps it clean and tidy, free of weeds, and hence free of disease, free of pests. We normally have very few incidents of pest and disease because of that specific reason that, you know, it's always kept tidy and clean by the students from forest farm to food farm.
Students are now gaining hands-on experience in areas such as beekeeping, poultry farming, and sheep farming, with plans already underway to introduce cattle farming in the coming year.
We also do beekeeping. We do apiculture theoretically in third farm. We also do fish rearing, and that's a subject that I'm actually dealing with right now at this point in third farm with tilapia rearing, different types of fish as a whole, because we find out that fish is a rich source of protein, and it's very important for students to learn, no? The importance of the vitamins and minerals that you can actually get from fish, and the protein content that it's rich in. We also do poultry production. We do layers and we do broilers. We have a new sheep program, and hopefully this new coming year, we want to venture into cattle production. Yes.
Other winners included San Victor RC Primary School from the Corozal District, who took the first place in the primary school division, while second place went to Sandy Creek Primary School from Silkgrass in the Stand Creek District. In the high school division, second place went to Corozal IT Vet. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
They got so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say.
The way some people are talking, you'd never know, but the most blatant nepotism and fleecing of BTL took place under UDP when Dean Barrow was Prime Minister. Barrow placed his son Anwar on BTL's board in 2009 as soon as he nationalized the company, which would eventually cost Belizeans almost $650 million for shares barely worth $200 million. By 2014, Anwar was appointed executive chairman with extravagant salary and perks. Under him, BTL spent wildly on ventures that did not materialize and never brought any returns. Under the Barrows, BTL's profits plummeted from $38 million in 2009 to $17 million in 2019, and $10 million in 2020, as the company hardly paid dividends to government and people of Belize. Anwar Barrow has no moral authority to talk about BTL, as it was under his nepotistic rule, appointed by his father, that BTL was most blatantly fleeced.
They got so much things to say right now. They got so much things to say.
The Office of the Special Envoy for the Development of Families and Children is once again urging parents across Belize to ensure their children receive the human papillomavirus (HPV) vaccine, emphasizing its vital role in safeguarding future generations from preventable illnesses, including cervical cancer. Special Envoy Rosana Briceño highlighted that the HPV vaccine remains a safe and effective means of protecting the health and well-being of Belizean children and families. HPV is recognized as one of the primary causes of cervical cancer, a disease that continues to impact women and families throughout Belize and the surrounding region. Vaccinating children at an early age helps shield the future generations from a disease that has brought tremendous suffering to many Belizean families, the statement noted. Briceño acknowledged that some individuals and religious groups have raised concerns about the vaccine. While certain persons and faith-based organizations may have reservations about the HPV vaccine, safeguarding children from a preventable disease must be a top national priority, she stated. The Special Envoy is now calling on parents, educational institutions, faith-based organizations, community leaders, and families to unite in supporting the National Vaccination Initiative aimed at protecting women and girls from HPV-related cancers. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has been conducting HPV vaccination campaigns in schools across Belize for several years. In a recent public notice, the ministry explained that nurses routinely visit schools to administer the vaccine, primarily targeting Standard 4 students. The vaccine is also available to older students in Standard 5 and 6 who may have missed earlier vaccination opportunities. Health officials emphasize that school-based immunization programs are crucial as they enable large numbers of children to be vaccinated early, ideally before they are exposed to the virus later in life. Honorable Henry Charles Usher, Minister of the Public Service and Disaster Risk Management, paid a visit to the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, headquarters in Belmopan today. During his visit, he engaged with the National Emergency Coordinator, Mr. Daniel Mendez, along with NEMO's technical team to assess the organization's preparedness ahead of the upcoming 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. In the course of the meeting, NEMO officials outlined their ongoing efforts to bolster readiness, including response strategies and operational priorities, as Belize approaches the official start of the hurricane season on June 1st. The minister was also briefed on the nationwide initiatives underway to strengthen resilience and preparedness. These include updating the list of hurricane shelters in partnership with local authorities and stakeholders, as well as evaluating the condition of existing shelters through the Shelter Repair Committee. This assessment aims to identify necessary repairs or upgrades before the peak of the season. Additionally, evaluations of emergency supplies, equipment, and resources are being conducted at both national and district levels to confirm operational readiness. Minister Usher highlighted the critical role of preparedness, collaboration, and public awareness in mitigating the effects of natural disasters. He lauded the dedication of the NEMO team and reaffirmed the government's unwavering support for disaster risk management efforts, emphasizing the importance of a coordinated response to protect communities. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, May 12th here on Ctv3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News. See, from all of us here at Ctv3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.